This is part 2 of my Spirituality and Anger video series. If you haven't watched part 1, please do so because I kind of break it down a little bit. No, but I mean, I think some of the things will make sense if you watch the first one. So I said basically there's two things. There's energy and physics. Anger is just a part of the human experience. It's part of, we're spirits having a human experience. So, we're here to experience being a human, but as a spirit. And being angry is an emotion that comes along with the package of the human body. And it serves a purpose. Usually it's an indication of an injustice somewhere, whether that's personal or in society. It's like an alarm bell for us. It's something, it's like pain. It's like saying pain has no purpose. Of course it has a purpose. If there's like an elephant standing on your foot, you wouldn't know it if you didn't have pain. So we need to know our anger is sort of like the equivalent of pain. It's like something is wrong. The only thing that's wrong about anger really is when you get stuck in it, or if you're destructive, self-destructive, or like otherwise. I mean, some things do need to be destroyed, but in terms of just being stuck in it, being powerless, or it turning into a rage or toward like hatred or something like that, yeah, that's not, no. But pure anger, if you boil it down and just look at it without any judgment, is just pure energy. That's all it is. It's just energy, and it's just meant to help us. Okay, and I'm also talking about a comment that I got on a YouTube video yesterday, and the person basically said a few things, but one of the things that they said that sort of triggered it for me was they said, anger feeds lower frequency vibrations and from the level of consciousness. And I understand that, except for anger only feeds the lower frequency vibrations if you get stuck in it, or if you're using it as an excuse for something, or you have to master it. You have to master the emotion of anger. That's the thing. Not repress it, master it. Okay, so I sort of summarized a little bit, but please watch part 1. So the second part is life path and teachings. And what your life, when you planned your life, I believe we plan our lives before we're born. The general sketchings of it, not every single detail. We have free will. But we plan out certain things that we want to experience, certain things we want to, it's like picking your school semester. You pick the classes that you want to take, but you don't know every single thing that's going to happen in that class. It's probably going to be under an umbrella of topics, but you don't know, exactly what's going to happen through that semester. So that's kind of how I see life and choosing our life path. And you may have picked a life path where you want to be more peaceful. Maybe you've had many lifetimes where you've been like a warrior and you're like, I want to experience what it feels like on the other side. And without repressing your anger, that's your life path. Okay. I'm going to say without repressing your anger, that's your life path. Therefore, it's important for you to know your intuition and know yourself, because no matter what anybody outside of you, a spiritual teacher or anything tells you, you have to know your own spiritual guidance. You have to know what's right for you. And if that feels right for you, then that's what's right for you. For me, my journey has really been about finding my voice and taking action. And I'm like, when I was younger, I was like kind of shy, and I was like, I still kind of am. And like, I don't really like conflict. I don't really like pushing myself out there on other people like in that way. But I am a Sagittarius sun, a Libra rising, and an Aries moon. I came here to get to the bottom of the truth, fight injustice, and to take action. Fiery, 2 fires. I'm ready. I'm here. I'm doing it. But I've been pushed more and more into it. And with all this whole stuff happening November 5th and, the naked emperor, or tangerine as I call him, and all the different things, has really had me come out of my, the spiritual closet, I guess, and political too. And I'm being more outspoken. Political, I was a little bit more outspoken, but spiritual, in this way, I have really found my voice, and I'm speaking out more and more. And I go live every day, and I make videos like this. So this has been important to me. I went to the march yesterday on February 5th. The 50 marches in 50 capitals. Awesome experience. I posted a video of the march on my YouTube channel if you're interested in watching that, because I did live stream it. Okay, now let's zoom ahead now. I actually asked ChatGPT, because what a resource that is. And so my question was, what spiritual teachings speak in favor of healthy anger? This is my question, okay? Number 1, Buddhism. Buddha, that's my Buddha there. Buddhism. While Buddhism often teaches about the importance of overcoming negative emotions, it also acknowledges that anger can be a signal or injustice of harm. That's what I just said. Healthy expressions of anger can motivate individuals to take compassionate action, such as helping those who are suffering or standing up against wrongdoing. 2, Christianity. In the Bible, there are instances where Jesus expressed anger, such as when he drove the money changers from the temple. This demonstrates that anger can be important in response to injustice. Some Christian teachings emphasize the importance of righteous anger, which is directed toward actions that harm others rather than personal grievances. Hinduism, the Bhagavad Gita, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I know how it sounds in my head and I don't think I'm doing it. Discusses the concept of righteous anger, krodha, when it is directed toward upholding dharma, moral order. It teaches that anger can be a motivating force for action in defense of righteousness, as long as it does not lead to harmful actions. 4, Stoicism. Stoic philosophy acknowledges that anger is a natural human emotion, but emphasizes the importance of responding to it with reason. Healthy anger can inspire individuals to seek justice or improve their circumstances, as long as it is tempered with wisdom and self-control. And that has to do with what I said in the first part of this video series. You're not meant to repress anger. You're meant to master it, so that as you move up in the levels of consciousness, you're able to tap into your anger or utilize your anger as a motivating force, but it doesn't trap you. You're not held by the anger. You're the spirit choosing to use the anger, and it's tempered with wisdom and self-control. 5, psychology and modern spirituality. Many contemporary spiritual teachings and psychological frameworks encourage the acknowledgement and expression of anger as a part of emotional health. They suggest that repressing anger can lead to negative consequences. I totally believe that. While expressing it in a healthy way can lead to personal growth and healthier relationships. 6, Native American spirituality. Some Native American traditions view emotions, including anger, as natural and necessary. They advocate for the expression of emotions in a way that honors the self and others, suggesting that healthy anger can lead to healing and understanding. Right? Healthy anger can lead to healing and understanding. In summary, while many spiritual teachings advocate for the transformation or management of anger, or rising above and getting higher and higher, but then still being able to tap into it because you still have it in you. As long as you're a human, you have it. So they also recognize its potential as a force for positive change when expressed in a healthy and constructive manner. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay. So this is what the paragraph that I wrote up myself after I was just thinking about all this. With our progressive ideologies, we are not just tolerating each other's differences, but respecting those differences. For too long, anger has been pressured to be repressed in society that might be somebody else's journey to not work through their anger in this lifetime. And that's what their guidance is telling them. But some people's guidance is telling them that the way to the other side of all of this is through confronting and working with the raw emotion of anger that is coming up through their body. Anger gives us energy, clarity, and power to fight against oppression and cultural repression. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. So I hope that clarifies my position on this situation. For anybody who was wondering, I am an advocate for using anger for good, because it's an emotion in us. It's not something we're fabricating in a lab somewhere. It's literally who we are. It's part of who we are. We're a lot of different things. And I just don't think that we need to repress it. I don't think that's a good idea. So check in with yourself, check in with your anger, check in with your guidance, learn how to listen to your intuition and not your fear, because they sometimes sound exactly alike, because fear is very sneaky and it knows how to sound and look exactly like our intuition. And I'll talk about that in another video. But don't repress your anger. And actually right now, we need to use our anger, especially white people and especially white women. And not in a Karen way, but in a way that's caring. Oh my God, that's like a quote, you guys. Don't be a Karen, be caring. So yeah, the world needs us to be angry and to fight and not get lost in that, but use it as a choice in our toolbox. Thank you for listening.